All right, I call the meeting to order at 6:01, opening ceremonies led by Trustee Crane.
Please stand. Moment of reflection. Place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Sam, roll call vote.
Trustee Wigan?
Yes? Here?
Trustee Soiler?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Pearson?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Here.
Trustee Crane?
Here.
Dr. Smith?
Here.
All right, adoption of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Trustee Pearson, seconded by Trustee Crane. Roll call vote.
Trustee Wigan?
Yes?
Trustee Soiler?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Pearson?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Crane?
Yes. The vote was 7-0. Agenda has been adopted. All right, so welcome to our board meeting. As you know, on December 9th, 2024, a vacancy was created on the Newport-Mesa Unified School District Board of Education for Trustee Area 5. The trustee vacancy will be filled by provisional appointment. A provisionally appointed board member will hold the office for the remainder of the term for Trustee Area 5 to December 2026 unless terminated by petition. Beginning December 20th, 2024 through January 21st, 2025, the board accepted applications to fill this position. The board received applications from Andrew Lawler, Phil Maurer, Andrea McElroy, Valerie Schned, and Kirsten Walsh. We will now receive public comment on our special meeting agenda. Trustee Murphy?
Yes. This is an opportunity for the public to address the board regarding items on the special meeting agenda only. Comments on special meeting agenda items are limited to 3 minutes per comment, up to 20 minutes per topic. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another person.
All right, first up we have Kate Maloof.
Hi, good evening, Superintendent Smith, President Wigan, and Board of Trustees. My name is Kate Maloof, and I've been an active parent in the Newport-Mesa District for 15 years. My husband, our 3 children, and I have lived in District 5 during that entire time, and all of our children have been educated by the NMUSD system. I am here tonight to speak on behalf of many constituents in District 5, 3 of whom are my children and are now of voting age, and who have benefited from the district's education. We believe it's important to ensure that our area continues to be represented by a trustee who reflects the values that our community has consistently supported and voted for over 4 decades. A diverse board of trustees is essential to the success and appeal of our district. It's one of the key reasons so many parents choose to send their children to our schools. And for this reason, I strongly urge you to appoint someone who truly understands the values and the priorities of the parents and taxpayers of District 5, which are predominantly made up of Newport Beach residents. I also can ask you to consider appointing someone who is committed to the long term, not for the next 18 months and not a placeholder. Each of you made the choice to run for public election and for this position, and I thank you all for your service and for that dedication. This appointment is a special circumstance, and it should be treated with a level of thoughtfulness and care. Once again, I respectfully ask that you consider the wishes of the voters of District 5. I truly believe there is a clear and strong choice amongst the applicant pool, Mrs. McElroy. She is strong, well-prepared, and dedicated, and I am very confident that she will work tirelessly and serve to protect the children and community alongside all of you. Thank you very much for your time and for your strong consideration.
Thank you. Next up, we have Karen Yelsey.
Good evening, Superintendent Smith, President Wigan, and Board Trustees. I am here tonight as a grandparent of current and hopefully future NMUSD students. While I have been away from the board's decision-making policies for over 2 years, I am still a strong supporter of NMUSD and hope the policy decisions of the board and future boards will justify my continued support. You are here tonight in this special session to select your partner on the school board. This is a very serious and heavy decision to make. I understand the gravity of the process, as I was a board member when we met to replace Dave Brooks upon his resignation in 2008. In our democratic society, it is the local communities that vote to elect our school board members. With the void left in Area 5, this task instead has been placed with the 7 of you sitting in front of us tonight. In doing so, I encourage you to select a candidate who will represent this area in a way that the voters in Area 5 would approve. So my ask tonight is that through the information you have gathered on each candidate's application and your interviews this evening, that you select a new trustee that fits the desires and reflects the values of the 19,000 voters in Area 5. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Ruth Kobayashi.
Good evening. My name is Ruth Sanchez Kobayashi, and I'm an NMUSD alumni mom, longtime fan, and volunteer for our school district. You all know that I care deeply about our Costa Mesa and Newport Beach schools, and that I respect each and every one of you. I always look forward to cheering you on and thanking you for the important work that you are doing on behalf of all the students. One can only imagine that the unusual circumstances of appointing a trustee is quite challenging. You want to get it right. I'm sure you hope to appoint someone who is deeply committed to our students, is willing to serve beyond 2 years, run for election in the next cycle, is a pleasure to work with, and reflects the values of the voters of Trustee Area 5. I'm speaking to you this evening because I believe that Ms. McElroy is the best suited to be entrusted with this position. Her experience, passion for our schools, and values most closely align with the voters, parents, and community members of Trustee Area 5. I respectfully ask for you to appoint Ms. McElroy to the Newport-Mesa Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Carolyn Clark.
Good evening, and thank you very much for giving me some time to talk about Andrea. How I met Andrea is she lives in the same neighborhood I do, which is District 5, but the best thing is she's on Tustin Avenue like I am. And what I wanted to share, being a neighbor of hers, is I had an opportunity several months ago to go to I'd call it a meet and greet at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I got to meet they were all young women, what can I say? I'm the older one in the group. But what I learned, which was very interesting, is that Andrea has the desire, the passion, the love, the dedication to children and how did I learn that? Is by going to this meet and greet. And I have to tell you that I started my morning this morning, and I passed Newport Heights, Horace Henson, and Harbor View, which unfortunately I didn't go to Newport Heights, but I did go to Corona Del Mar Elementary School, which is now a parking lot. But what I learned is that if you think of education as the shape of a pie, let's go with apple pie. You can cut a pie many ways. You can cut it in half, you can cut it then in fourths, then an 18th, a 16th. And I've learned that, especially from Andrea, that pie, the part that she could fill, that I noticed at that coffee clutch, was her passion to share with young children that, yes, education is part of the pie, but she brings to that pie her devotion and passion to show younger children that there's more, that part of her pie is the way she feels how children can learn about self-image, confidence, and to learn to choose what they would like to do in their lifetime. And I think that that's very important for a young person to learn, that you do have the choice, but it takes self-confidence, it takes self-image, which I think for Andrea, a part of all her education and the volunteer that she's done through the schools, she can portray that part of a young oh gosh, that's it. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. Yes.
You're so welcome. I had so much more to say. But I know the rules. I
Thank
know
you.
the rules.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. It is now time to move on to discussion action, which is Board of Education conducts interviews of candidates to fill Board of Education vacancy trustee Area 5. Regarding our first item of business, the board will interview each candidate. While one candidate is interviewing with the board, the other candidates will be in another room, and they will be instructed not to use their cell phones so that they are not in communication with persons in the audience. After each interview is completed, the candidate will be excused, and the next interview will take place. In order that each candidate be given a similar opportunity, I request that persons in the audience please do not communicate with the candidates or their representatives. The candidates will be called out alphabetically by their last names, and we will deeply appreciate their interest in serving in the district. So we're going to bring in our first candidate, and each candidate will have 15 minutes to answer questions. Can we please bring in Okay. Andrew Lawler's not here right now, so we are going to go to the second. Phil Maurer.
Probably stuck on traffic.
Welcome, Phil, to our board meeting, and we deeply appreciate your interest in serving the district. I will ask you to introduce yourself, and then our board members will ask you 3 questions. You will have 15 minutes. We will stop the clock when each question is asked, so it doesn't take up your time. And go ahead, please introduce, please state your name, and then we'll start asking 3 questions.
No problem. My name is Phil Maurer.
Okay, great. First question will be asked by Trustee Pearson.
Phil, thank you for being here. Simply, why do you want to serve on the school board?
Great question. I think public service is very important, and I think schools are the key to everything in education. Is the key to everything. Unfortunately, my time period of going in the military was during the drawdown period. I come from a family of service, and this is the best way that I've become to a part of my life in which I can serve and better the community and the people around me.
Please talk to the mic.
Oh,
I apologize. Is that better?
that is, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you for being here tonight. So my question is, what do you believe is the strength of Newport-Mesa as a district?
The strength of Newport-Mesa as a district? I think for the most part, the school district has great parental involvement, which I found is always a very important thing in the school districts. I have friends in other districts. I have family members that are teachers. And that's what I've seen is that. And in the schools around me, of course, I'm in District 5. There does tend to be a lot of parental involvement in those schools, and I see that as a very good strength. While I have not reviewed the budget, I would assume the very large tax base that both cities enjoy is a definite strength to it. Yeah. And, with the parental involvement, hopefully you can lean on some of the expertise or maybe bring some of them in on areas in which I or other board members or other people coming in as experts come in and maybe try and tap those to assist, because there are a lot of working professionals in various fields within the district.
Are you referring to the career technical?
We would like to keep to the questions.
Okay.
Got it.
Did you need a clarification on my answer? No? Okay.
All right, third question.
What would you like to accomplish being on the school board?
That's great. I think what I would like to accomplish is bring my knowledge and expertise into the field. I teach at the university level for cybersecurity and computer informational systems. What I have seen at school districts, both here and others, is sometimes programs are taken in that aren't necessarily the best in the long run. For example, for that, a lot of programs around teaching kids programming. There's way more in the STEM field or the computer field than just programming. There's the engineering field, network engineering, security engineering, and just overall computer engineering. These are the people that build the systems, that build the cloud. Programming is going to be rapidly taken over by AI. Pretty soon, we're already seeing it in the industry. So what I would like to do is bring my expertise to that and help guide and create a path for success for the students that go into the technical and science programs. I was originally going into science and took a hard right towards the end of my college career and didn't end up with a biology degree, but I do believe science and technology provide for skill sets for success across very different areas.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. That's the end of our three questions. We thank you so much for interviewing with us and your interest in the board, and we're going to now call on the next candidate.
All right,
So
well,
thank you.
Thank you all for your time, and yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. We'd now like to call Andrea McElroy.
Do I go here?
You can take a seat or be at the podium. Okay,
If that's okay.
perfect. We give you a choice.
Okay.
All right. Welcome, Andrea McElroy, to our board meeting, and we deeply appreciate your interest in serving in the district. I will ask you to introduce yourself and state your name, and then our board members will ask 3 questions, and you'll have 15 minutes to ask those or to answer those questions. And we will stop the clock when each The trustee asks a question to not cut into your response time. So please state your name and then we'll go and ask questions.
Andrea McElroy.
Okay.
Can I do an opening statement or?
We're just going to go right into questions.
Okay.
So
Okay,
with that being said, Trustee
Andrea,
Pearson?
thank you for being here.
of course.
The first question is, why do you want to serve on the school board?
Oh my gosh, there's so many reasons. I think the biggest reason that I want to serve is because when I look back at what I focused on when my daughter was in school, I was so totally focused on her getting through, graduating, taking all the classes that she had to take, that I didn't have time to sit back and go, what's best for her? What is her desire in life? What is her passion? And so this gave me an opportunity to use my knowledge of what I've learned to help guide kids, at this age. There's a lot of things that I think are really important that I didn't realize back then. One being, every kid is totally different, and they don't need to be put in a box. There needs to be boxes for everybody. And my daughter was an art drama major. She loved to act since this big. And so I think that every child needs the opportunity to pursue their passion and do what they want to do. And that's one of my main reasons, what's most important, for the student. I would say that, and I'm passionate about school. I'm passionate about kids. I'm passionate about our community. I want to make sure that, everybody is doing the right thing for the right reasons. I volunteered a lot in school when they were in school, and I think, and that was super fun for me. I really, really enjoyed, being with the children and watching them from all different types of kids. So, and I think I have the knowledge from running businesses, what it takes, how to run, budgets, how to focus on when there's a problem, how you solve it, even if it might not be very easy, or if people don't like it, even your closest friends don't like it, but you have to do what's right. So I've learned a lot of things. When I ran a business, there's a lot of challenges and there's a lot of ups and downs, and you got to be smart enough to figure out how to handle it. And then the other thing is I work with San Diego State, and we had a huge challenge come up for us, and it's something totally unfavorable for a lot of people, and we needed to come up with a solution. And I think with just my background of understanding how to deal with challenges and then how to approach them and do the research and everything that really goes into it to solve the problem. And we came up, well, it's not totally finalized, but you got to get everyone's input. And you got to really, really look at things and go, what is the best for the kids? What's the best for the school? And I know I can do it. And I love it. I'm super passionate about it. So that's why I want to do this. I have the time. I have the energy. I love going to all types of plays and sports and whatever. I love it. So, and that's how I grew up. And I grew up in public schools. So I love that. That's another reason. So I just have a true passion for it.
All right, thank you. Question 2. Trustee Crane?
Thank you for being here. What do you believe the strength of Newport-Mesa to be?
Oh, the community, the people. Okay, so the strength in general, or of you guys, or?
You can hit on all of them, or whatever you want to hit on.
Okay, let me hit you guys first. So I've sat through the last 3 months of meetings here and watched you. I then went back and went through all of the meetings on YouTube. because I wanted to like do my research and like figure this out because I'm like wanted to start with going. So the one thing that I really liked about you guys is that you really work well together. Even if you don't have the same opinions, you work as a team. And so I really like that about this board. I liked, one thing I liked, Ashley, that you said 2 times ago, like you thought about this problem, or you had a thought, and it was about the appointee position. And you said we had to like do all this paperwork and all these things and do a full campaign, and this appointee just has to fill out, are you over 18, whatever. And it really made me think, like, she's so totally right. So I like that you expressed that, and so that's really what motivated me to really do all my research, because it's right. I don't get to run a campaign. I don't get to tell my story to anybody, but you made me realize that. So that was really cool, and you guys kind of talked it all out. So I really like the way you guys work together. So, and then I met Superintendent Smith, and he's amazing. So that was awesome. So I liked that experience. So about the board, that's what I like. About the school district, all of our kids went there. I love the schools. I love the teachers that I knew. I also, I grew up in Huntington Beach, and public school, like I said, and we had a very diverse student body. And the schools that our children went to, especially like Newport Heights, Ensign, it's very diverse. And I love that because that's the real world. Like that's who what you are doing. For the rest of your life, you have to work with people that maybe aren't like you. So I like that it's diverse. I love our neighborhoods. I like the whole Newport-Mesa, not just Newport. I like everything about it. I grew up here. I get it. People are really good. They have good hearts here. They care about their children. They're passionate about their schools. They're passionate about their neighborhoods. They work together well. There's just, I could go on about all the things I like about here. Is there anything else you want me to hit on, or that I like?
I've been quieted.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry.
We're not supposed to ask follow-up questions.
Okay.
We're just going to stick to the script.
Oh, okay, yes.
And yeah, question number 3.
What would you like to accomplish being on the school board?
Okay, so career, 2 things. Not 2. I'll say 2 things first, and then there's a million. But I love that the pathway classes, or the career trade education, because some people are really good at some things, and lots of kids don't like school, but this gives them an opportunity to find something they like. So I want to expand on that and give kids opportunities to do things that are different, that might inspire them. I want to instead of having a problem, I want to prevent problems. Meaning, like, let's focus, like, not, for example, kids that don't like school, well, what would make them like it? And then how can we help them? I'd like to expand on things. I want the kids to write in cursive. I want them to know how to type on a typewriter or, on a computer. I want them to have their grammar to be correct so they have real world skills in the future. What else? What else would I just really want to work on, this is another big one for me, sorry. Personal finances. When you get out of school, you don't know how to balance a checkbook or do those things, but those are things that are so important to learn in school. You need to know that you can't write a check for $25 when you only have $20 in the bank. You got to learn that stuff. And sometimes we just don't learn that at school. And the other thing is taxes. Why do we pay taxes? What is it for? How do you fill out a tax form? I mean, just real life situations, the fundamentals of life. And I would like to focus on making sure, I know you guys are doing it already, but expanding on it and just really hitting like things that are going to make these kids succeed if they go to college or not. You know, just get through this. You have to get a high level education, and it doesn't have to be taking 15 levels of math. It can be taking a mechanics class or a sewing class or whatever. And then expanding on the arts program, I think is huge. My daughter grew up, her whole career has been in the arts. And I think that makes kids learn how to express themselves, makes them socially, not awkward. They build confidence. Kids have to have confidence. And I think that expanding on all of those other type of things that we don't always focus on is super, super important. So that was what I would like to not change, but develop more and more.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Andrea. We appreciate you being here and, applying for this position. And now we're going to go off to another candidate.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
That was easy. I mean, not easy, but. We'll say that, sorry. Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to bring in Valerie Shed.
Point of clarification.
Yes.
Have we, are we going back to Mr. Lauder at some point?
We will if he shows up.
Oh, not here yet.
Yes. You can either stand or sit, whichever you feel more comfortable doing.
I'll sit, I think.
Okay,
It's
great.
a little bit.
Yeah, a little more comfortable.
And
All
do I
right.
use the mic too?
Yeah, yes, please use the mic. Thank you for all the people watching at home. All right, well, welcome, Valerie,
you.
to our board meeting, and we deeply appreciate your interest in serving the district. I will ask you to introduce yourself, just state your name, and then our board members will ask you 3 questions, and you have 15 minutes to answer those questions. And we will stop the clock when someone's asking those questions to not cut into your answer time. Okay. So please state your name, and then we'll go off into the questions.
My name is Valerie Shed.
Great. And Trustee Pearson with the first question.
Thank you for being here, Valerie.
Thank you.
The question number 1 is, why do you want to serve on the school board?
I was in public education for 34 years, so I love education. I also was a parent in Newport-Mesa, so my students, I moved here from Michigan when my children were going into 6th grade and 9th grade, and it's an amazing school district. So so happy that I landed here. And I just retired in July or June 30th. So when my kids were in school, I looked into the idea of serving on the board. I love to give back to my community. I love to serve. I love to be involved with kids and help kids. And at that time, when I looked into it, that spring I was looking into for the 2008 year, I got my first principal position. So I knew I couldn't be a good mom, a good principal, and a good board member. So no, definitely no time for that. So I continued on with doing both those other things. And now that I saw the opportunity, I thought I could bring a lot of experience, potentially, knowledge that I have from being on the other side of a school district. I'm still passionate about helping my community. I'm passionate about serving students. And so this was an opportunity for me to be able to serve students in a different way.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Trustee Crane?
Yes, thank you for your time. So what do you believe the strength of Newport-Mesa to be? on a local, whatever level? How do you interpret this question?
So when I think of Newport Mesa, I always think of excellence. I look at what I watched the experience that my children had, and I looked at the experience of the children they went to school with, the neighbors that, because I have lived in the area now for 18 years, the education that my kids got was top notch. And I moved from Michigan from a college town, and we thought we were the best school district. But I would have to say, and I also taught in that school district, that the education my children got here was bar none compared to what I experienced back in Michigan. And so that is something that that I'm proud of, to be in this community. Being on the other side, working for a school district in Orange County, I've looked at data for the last 15 years. So I look at, one of the things I keep aware of things that are going on in my community, and I looked at your vision, the board's priorities, and that is to improve student achievement and to continue to. I know that the scores have gone up, and they do continue to go up most years, but your commitment is to improve academic excellence even more, and that is something that I feel I could work together with you to help move in that direction. I think that in addition to the academic excellence, that Newport Mesa offers a lot of other opportunities for students. So they have strong athletics, they have strong community, clubs at the schools at the different levels, strong arts programs. I was impressed with, the amount of different activities or different opportunities of art, woodworking, and things like that, music. I think those things are all super important, and not every school district has that. So I think that this school district is fortunate to have it, and I know it takes a lot to be able to offer all those things, and I would love to work with each of you to continue to just keep the district going in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Anderson?
Thank you. The next question is, what would you like to accomplish being on the school board?
I would like to, I'm very collaborative, so I would love to get to know each of you. We're so fortunate to be able to serve with you, hear from you what your priorities are and what the constituents in your trustee area, what's important to them. I think that it's critical to make sure that as a school district, that we understand what is important to our parents, that we always are thinking about what is best for our students. So I would want to make sure that every decision that we make is serving our students, every student, and whatever that is. Serving all students looks different because every student might have a different need, but I think together, a school district this strong, I think a board and an administration can meet those needs. So I would hope to continue to work with all of you to meet the priorities that you have established, increasing student achievement, improving some of the services for the whole child. One of the other ones is the communication with your community and constituents. I think that's critical. And then I also know that facilities and maintenance is a huge thing. And one of the things that in my previous district, I oversaw special education. So I always had to how do we manage everything with not a lot of money? And so I think that's also a unique thing that I could bring, and I would hope to try and help you accomplish all the goals that you have already started to establish.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. That's actually all of our questions we're going to ask. So we
Okay.
thank you for your interest in this, and we thank you for being here. And we're going to bring in another candidate,
Okay.
and then we'll see you back out here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much. If you can bring out Kirsten Walsh. Right. Welcome. Welcome. It's Kirsten, right?
Yes.
Okay, Kirsten Walsh, to our board meeting, and we deeply appreciate your interest in serving the district. I will ask you to introduce yourself, state your name, and then the board members will ask 3 questions. You'll have 15 minutes to answer those questions, and we will stop the clock when a trustee is answering the questions to not cut into your 15 minutes. So state your name, and then we will start asking questions.
Okay, Kirsten Walsh.
Trustee
Kirsten.
Pearson?
Kirsten, thank you for being here. Question number 1 is, why do you want to serve on the school board?
I would like to serve on the school board because I think everything that I've done over the last 13 years has led me to this point very organically. I have 2 children. I have a senior and a sophomore. They have gone through Newport-L, they've gone through Ensign, and they're now at Harbor. And in a short, quick pinch, my son is a type 1 diabetic, and so I stopped working when he was diagnosed at 5, and I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. And so I immediately started getting involved at Newport-L. So I have been PTA president at Ensign. The last 2 years I've been PTA president at Harbor. I'm on the Harbor Council. I'm on the Water Polar Boosters. I've done so much for the community, and this just feels like a very natural, organic next step in supporting the district and the community.
Great, thank you. Next.
Trustee, thank you, and thank you for your time for being here. Question number 2 is, what do you believe the strength of Newport-Mesa to be?
The students, the community, the staff, the teachers. I've been fortunate to be really involved in getting to know the staff, primarily because of my son Milo. I've had to be an advocate for him when he was smaller and develop those relationships with the teachers, with the staff in the schools. And I feel that the district does a very good job of hiring the educators and the staff that's put in those schools. And then the students. I have a 15-year-old son that went through Ensign, and I dealt with those problems that happen in a middle school and the way that these situations were handled, and how I was able to separate myself from being a PTA president and then being a mom in certain situations and having the respect to do that from the community and the staff and the teachers was awesome. I didn't grow up here. I didn't go to school here. I've only been in California for 23 years. I grew up overseas, and my whole childhood is very unique to why I'm kind of in this position, but that's a whole kind of other story. But this is the first time that I've seen my children be in kindergarten and then going through an entire till they're seniors and graduating. And that's super unique to me. And the community that I've surrounded myself with sports and education and everything, I can't say enough about Newport-Mesa. I just think it's a wonderful district. I'm happy there.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Trustee Anderson?
What would you like to accomplish being on the school board?
I want to be part of a team that is making decisions for the safety of the children and the students and the staff and the community. I personally do not have an agenda. I want to be part of a team that wants to improve the infrastructure of the school. Whatever situation and issues pop up, I want to be able to support what is needed from the board. And I truly think that if I'm the person that can make that happen, then this is where I want to be. Like I said, I don't have an agenda. I make decisions not politically based. I approach things very broad and open-minded. I'd love to get everybody's input from all different sides and aspects of where people are coming from and what they think, and then collectively making a decision that's best for the community and best for the students. It's pretty much simple for me with that. Like, kids are first, they're the priority, and I want to be part of a team where I can be an asset to the team.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's the end of our questions. So we appreciate your time. We're going to have you go back to the room, and then we'll bring you back out for deliberation. But thank you so much for applying. We really appreciate everything that you've done. Thank you. Now we're going to bring everyone out. We don't believe that Andrew Lawler is going to show up, and so at this point, we're going to move on and deliberate with the 4 candidates that we have here.
Trustee Wiegand, can we take a moment to like reflect on our notes before we start deliberating, or is that
In your mind?
like just a couple minutes?
No, we're going to, if you want to read your notes, but not, we can't speak.
No, we can't. But can we have like a 5-minute sort of like downtime to look over our notes?
Yeah, you can do that right now.
Uh-huh.
And once everyone gets in here, we'll start deliberating, but start thinking. Thank you.
6:51.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys being put on the hot seat and really having interest in the district and just everything that you spoke about. We're really appreciative. Having completed the interview process and now that all candidates are present, I'm going to call for the nomination for the provisional appointment to be named to the Board of Education. Now, a sample motion would be, I move that blank be provisionally appointed by the Board of Education to be named the trustee to the Board of Education Trustee Area 5, effective January 27th, 2025, and that notification of the board's appointment be published in accordance with Education Code 5092. That's an example. Following the motion by name of the appointee and a second to the motion, then discussion by the Board of Education will occur. Following discussion, a roll call vote will be taken on the motion, which will require 4 affirmative votes to pass. All right, I'm going to open it up. Do I have a motion?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes, I would like to make the motion to provisionally appoint Kirsten Walsh for the remainder of the term for Trustee Area 5, effective January 27th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Moved by Trustee Anderson, seconded by Trustee Murphy. Discussion?
I have my.
Trustee Pearson?
I move to substitute the motion on the floor with a motion to appoint Andrea McElroy to the school board.
So moved, do I have a second? I'll second that. So it's moved by Trustee Pearson, seconded by Trustee Wiegand. Since that is a substitute motion, do we have a discussion on the substitute motion first before the first motion? Yes. Okay, so since there was a substitute motion made, we have a discussion on the substitute motion first and vote on the substitute motion first before the first motion that was made. So discussion on Andrea McElroy. Do you want to go?
Want me to start?
Yep, you can start.
Well, first I want to thank all the applicants. I mean, everyone here is genuinely here for the kids and our community, which I thank. Michelle Bartow ran for this position in 2022. She had 65% of the votes, a 30-point lead. My mission is to find somebody who aligns with her values and, most importantly, the constituents' values. And I believe that Andrea is that person.
Thank you. Any other discussions? Trustee Crane?
Okay. So I had the pleasure of meeting with three of the, well, not meeting, having conversation with three of the candidates, and I was very impressed. And we are in a unique position, and typically it's enviable. However, when it's this difficult of a decision because of the qualification and the passion of our candidates, it's a tough one. And we're sitting here, this is not an easy job. It may seem like it's, we're up here comfortable in our chairs and everything, but we have a very, very heavy lift. And for me, yes, because I have heard how we're here to act in the, in the, I guess, in the spirit of Trustee Barto. And Trustee Barto was very much similar to two of the candidates that have presented themselves tonight. And my thing is that I do favor a trustee, just as Trustee Barto, that has the students in the schools because they have the pulse of the community. And also Trustee Barto was a parent leader at the PTAs and the PTA and all that. So it's so hard, and I understand the passion because I sat down with Angie. You're amazing. I just can't. I'm looking at a candidate that can be a compromise because we're also here as a governing team that has to move forward, and I want to hear a little more from the other trustees about this.
Trustee Anderson?
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate all of you for applying. Well, it is easier than doing a full campaign, as stated. I think one of the takeaways that I've learned during my time of being involved with our district, being a student in our district at some point, it's really important to have people who represent everyone in the community. And so for me, there's a reason that it's a nonpartisan position and I continue to run as an independent. There are a lot of considerations that do come into play, but I think for me, it's really important that people are able to weigh what is best for each student and circumstances that come up. And so for me, it's really important to have established, I worked in each of our schools that I was representing before I was on the board. And at schools that were not in my zone. I think it's really important to have a really deep understanding in a role previously where you've seen different parts of the district. So for me, it's important that we have people who have outside perspectives, who have diverse views that they've learned from being out in the world or not just in Newport-Mesa. So for me, it's really important that we do work very well together, and I think a lot of that is because we each try and listen to each other's points of view. It has not always been that way, and I think it's really important to continue with that mindset that each thing that comes to us, someone doesn't necessarily know ahead of time how someone's going to vote for it. It's based on the information that comes to us, and is not based on national political things that are not necessarily relevant to us. So that is, for me, what's most important.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Okay, I have a comment. I would, one of the comments I would make is that, we have this area that is, we're filling an appointment by someone that won an election favorably. So it is important to look at the constituents to see who aligns with that voter base the most. One thing I would have to say I like about Mrs. McElroy is that she's a product of public education. She supports career technical education. She supports the arts in our school, which I think on the board, if I look at us, Not too much of us are very artsy, but we appreciate it. But it would be great to have someone on the board that would be a champion for that. And I do believe that being in the harbor community is very important, specifically in the past 10 years, which I think has been instrumental. But for me, I definitely want someone that is also going to carry the torch past 2 years, and would love to see continuity on the board, because I think we work well together because of that continuity. And so with that, any other comments or questions before we go to a roll call vote?
I'm
going to clarify. Trustee Crane?
Go
do you have
ahead, go
something?
ahead.
I was going to clarify that this vote is for the substitute motion to appoint Andrea McElroy.
I did want to make a comment. What I needed to hear is the fact that a candidate understands the tenet of governance, which is you're one of the team, and you are part of a team that you collaborate. And so I did hear that, but I heard it a little more clearly from, I believe, Ms. Walsh, as far as understanding the bigger picture of being a governing team that works well and collaboratively together, and also comes to decisions based on input from everyone. And I appreciated that being a directly communicated.
Trustee Pearson?
I respectfully disagree. I feel like Andrea came to the last 3 board meetings purposely to kind of see where all of us stood, went back and studied. I mean, I haven't even looked at us on television or in the tape, so I don't know. I feel like she specifically did tell us that she was going to work as a team.
Okay.
Trustee Murphy?
Well, I guess I would say that I did hear the collaborative tone and spirit in Mrs. Walsh's answers. I would also say that she did reach out to me. She was the only one who reached out to me to talk to me about the position and to get a better understanding of what it is to be a trustee, to be in a nonpartisan position that just represents the best interests of all of the students. I found her answers to be above and beyond what I would want in a trustee colleague. So I appreciate certainly Ms. McElroy's experience and her opinions, but for me, Ms. Walsh, having kids in the district is very, very important. Our children, as we all know, are living through very different times. What happened unfortunately, during COVID, as we all know, changed how our students are learning, how they're growing, how they're developing. And it is extremely important to me that the trustee have children in the district that are currently going to our schools. I think they're just in the best position to really understand what our students need moving forward. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made about our schools and our students' future, to me, that will require and need somebody who is on the ground, boots on the ground. Their kids are in the classrooms, they're going to events because their kids are there. They're talking to their kids' friends. They're dealing with, all of the issues and the emotions that are coming up with, I think we're dealing with sophomores and seniors here in high school, as well as middle school and elementary school. Parents come to me all the time with problems and issues that they're dealing with at the schools that even I haven't experienced yet with my kids. So having kids in the district currently going to school right now is one of my number 1 issues and one of my number 1 priorities. I just think it is most important. So that's my feeling on that.
Okay. Any other comments? I see my no more lights light up. So just wanted to reiterate that this vote would be on the substitute motion for Andrea McElroy. And if we go to that vote, I just want to make sure that you know that as we go to a vote. Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Wygan?
Yes.
Trustee Soilu?
No.
Trustee Murphy?
No.
Trustee Pearson?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
No.
Trustee Crane?
No.
All right. Seeing that that motion did not pass, do I have a second motion?
It's already.
Sorry, do I have do I have another motion? Excuse me, another motion. Oh, I do.
It's already moved.
Yes, that's right. It's the original. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that.
It's the original motion.
Okay, substitute failed, so now we have the first motion at hand, which was moved by Trustee Anderson, seconded by Trustee Murphy, and this is on Kirsten Walsh. Do I have discussion? Seeing none. Any going once, going twice? No more discussion? Okay. Let's go for a roll call vote.
Trustee Wygan?
No.
Trustee Soilu?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Pearson?
No.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Crane?
Yes.
All right. I wish to thank you. The motion passes 4-2, and congratulations, Kirsten Walsh, future trustee Kirsten Walsh. I wish to thank all of you for your candidacy and for your support of the Newport-Mesa Unified School District. We are now going to take about 5-minute recess, and then we will proceed to the swearing in of Kirsten Walsh to the Board of Education. Congratulations, and thank you everyone for being here and for applying. We will begin shortly to administer the oath of office. Okay, Kirsten, come with me to the podium. We look forward to having you on our board. Thank you for being a part of this process. And if you would like to, oh, you, yes, you can face the board, doesn't matter. Or, I mean, the cameras are all on, so. Yeah. All right, well, if you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kirsten Walsh, do solemnly swear
I, Kirsten Walsh, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
of the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon
the duties upon
which I'm about to enter.
which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the team.
Do you want a picture?
Oh, that's right. Oh, shoot.
Let's take a picture first and then we'll adjourn.
Yeah, but then it's gonna make our meeting go long.
The tallest. This is so cool. I'm sorry, it's just a momentous, it's so wonderful. Let me just change, make sure that this is on camera instead of video. I'm sorry, I am really, I am stolen, so I had to get a new phone, and I just am not used to this. All right, congratulations. Thank you. All right, let's back up to my seat. I know. We're not a tie anymore. And I think, Kirsten, you sit over here. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you can come up. You don't have to watch us. Yeah, feel what it feels like to sit there. I want to thank everyone here that attended and everyone that submitted their name for this application process. I know it's kind of daunting. And I also want to thank the board for going through this process with me. And it's been interesting getting to appoint your new colleague. And I think we did it with transparency and professionalism. So welcome, Kirsten. Oh, and Trustee Walsh. Thank you. Sorry.
I just wanted to say thank you. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And it was a pleasure. And it was a pleasure working with you. And we really appreciated all the professionalism you put into this endeavor. So it's greatly appreciated.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And now with that, let's adjourn the meeting at 7:09.